In this video, we are going to get started with Cloud Spanner using Google Cloud Platform. And as you can see, we are in Cloud Spanner page. For that, you can go to your Google Cloud and you have to go to navigation menu, and below you can see the storage and databases, and you can see the databases, Bigtable, data store, and you can see the spanner. Click on spanner. And as you can see, that Spanner is a fully managed relational database that offers transactional consistency and high availability at global scale. To use Spanner, create an instance within your project and set up your development environment to access Spanner in order to add data. So in this video, basically what we are going to do is that we will create an instance, Cloud Spanner instance, and then we will create a database. We'll also create a table inside the database, and finally we will insert data and run a query. For more information, you can click on video on the right section to learn more about Cloud Spanner, or you can go through these links that the Google Cloud suggested. So without wasting time, let me click on create a provisioned instance, or you can also start a free trial. Let's click create a provisioned instance and give it name. Let's say Spanner from console, and you can see that it's giving me automatically instance ID, and we can choose a regional or multi-region. Let's choose a regional and choose the location, the region. We can choose the US Central 1 in this example, and we can also allocate compute capacity. We can choose processing units or nodes, and you can read more about it here, as it says that your compute capacity determines the amount of data throughput, queries per second, and storage limits in your instance. So, and also it says one node equals 1000 processing units affect billing. So we can choose the one like nodes and one, which is 1000 processing units, and we can simply click create. So instance is creating. Compared to Cloud SQL, it will create very fast. Now we can click the create database, and we can give it name, for example my database, and we can select database dialect, for example Google Standard SQL or PostgreSQL, and we can simply create. After we create a database, we can also create a table. Let me show what I mean. Yeah, you can see our database is created. We can create a table inside the database, and we need to change some configurations here. You can see the create table, and we need to give the name here, table name, let's say users, or let's say simple DevOps, and change the column name here. Let's say username would be int64, no null, and we need to give also the user, it should be user ID, not name. First one, user ID, and the second one should be username. It should be string and 1024. And now we can change the primary key to user ID. I think we are done. So now we can simply go below and click submit. We're creating a table. As you can see, it's updating, and the update is completed. So we can go to here, you can see the simple DevOps table. You can click this table, and you can see the schema on the right. You can see the user ID and username. We can go to indexes and create index, or we can go to data and insert it. We can insert, and for that we can of course change the values here. Let's say the values would be for example 1. Let's say the simple DevOps, and let's change the user. Let me show you clearly. Let's change the user ID here. Let's give it 1, and let's click let's select it and run selected, and you will see here. Let's run this selected one. Run, and you can see here it's working. User ID 1 and username is simple DevOps. So you can clear query, you can format query, you can click the shortcuts. So this is all about this table. We can go to spanner, and you can see the spanner from console. You can see the ID and configuration, which is US Central 1 and processing unit 1000, and the nodes is, you can see 1, and as I mentioned, 1 node equals to 1000 processing units. And we can also see the storage utilization, and you can click and learn more about Cloud Spanner, and you can also learn more about it from documentation. You can also click Edit Instance, and you can change the processing units, for example nodes to 2, and click Save. You can see that it's changing, and now here you can see the 2000 processing units. So you have to click this spanner, and then you have to delete instances, because as we know that Cloud Spanner is really expensive. So in the next video, hopefully we are going to create a Cloud Spanner using Terraform. Thank you very much, and see you in the next videos.